Welcome to my vlog. No way, I sound really down with the kids, don't I? I'm David Burkett, and this is the first instalment of my vlog. Now, this is going to be all about Scottish politics, independence. I'm an SNP member and activist, and enrolled in the Business for Scotland India Ambassador programme. The reason I've started this is because I don't see a lot of people from my area doing anything similar. Maybe I'm just following the wrong people, but I post a lot of pro-indie stuff. People often ask me about it, so I decided it might be worth me being proactive, putting something out there. I hope to put out a post at least once a week, promoting independence, generating discussion, and hopefully winning people over. But I'm not going to try to convert you all this week. I'll just tell you a wee bit about myself. Personally, I'm 44 years old, married with a 7-year-old daughter. I live in Peterhead with my family, where we work hard, pay our taxes, and generally live a pretty ordinary and very happy life. I'm Peterhead born and bred, lived here all my life, attended primary school and secondary school here, which I left at the age of 15 and a half with a very average academic record. I was one of those annoying kids who wasn't bad, wasn't good. I could cruise by with minimal effort and do okay. I had a pretty usual youth and early adult life. There were times when I should have turned left and turned right, but generally I've been a good, productive citizen. I'm an atheist, but married to someone who's devoutly religious. I like politics, obviously, motorsport, history, heavy metal music. I have a good circle of friends in the town, and most of my family live here too. I would say I'm a very average white guy for Peterhead, but given where I live, I mostly come in shades of blue. Professionally, I went to sea at 16 years old as an apprentice deckhand, which is as lowly as it sounds. At the age of 29, after years of work and training, I qualified as a Merchant Navy deck officer. I left seagoing after I was invited to work in the shore management team as a health and safety officer, but like so many ex-seafarers, I drifted back to it. This time as a health and safety advisor on subsea construction vessels and globally deployed drill ships. All was well. Making loads of money, newly married, new dad. Then in 2016, the downturn caught up with me and the oil and gas work all dried up. For the first time ever, I had to walk into a job centre. I hated it. There was a knot in my stomach every time I had to sign on. I went from a 6-figure salary to £73.10 a week in a matter of months. And so started a long, slow journey back. Initially, I got a job driving a taxi. Then an HSE job ashore. I now work for a logistics company as a marine technical advisor. The heady days at global travel and huge salaries are gone. But at least things are more secure now, and I'm working my way back up again. Politically, I was lucky enough to be taught in P5 by a teacher who was also an SNP councillor and a staunch indie campaigner before it was a thing. It was the first time I became aware of a North-South divide and the concept of Scotland as an independent nation. Throughout my teenage years, I was basically politically illiterate, but in my early 20s, my political awakening happened when, as usually happens with young men, I met a girl. She was studying politics at Aberdeen Uni. Being around her ignited a spark in me where I became more interested in politics. I'd initially voted SNP when Alex Salmond was our MP because he was excellent. I was a latecomer to independence, and believe it or not, I initially voted no to devolution. Shock horror, eh? I thought it would be a waste of money, resources, just another layer of bureaucracy. I have to say, initially, under the Lib Lab coalition, I was probably right. But the SNP were in opposition, and we started to look effective. And when we took control of Holyrood, we were so impressive. With the party in government, I was totally won over. It was going to be one of those steps towards independence. I was now fully won over to the indie cause. I've been a keyboard warrior for indie for a long time, and I've voted for it consistently and encouraged others to follow suit since it became a serious option. Given the work I've done up till recently, I'd never got actively involved in campaigning, as I was away for more than half my adult life. All that changed in 2017 though. My dad had been active in the local SNP branch for a few years. In 2017, I went to the polls, dutifully voted for our incumbent SNP Member of Parliament. I encouraged others to do the same. But the next morning, I awoke to the shock that my constituency had elected a Conservative. I vowed to get involved next time. Just voting the right way wasn't enough. In 2019, when the general election was called, I got into a Facebook chat with the new SNP candidate. He gave me the nudge I needed to join and get stuck into the general election campaign. Sadly, we came up short, but I'd enjoyed the campaign. I knew that I'd done all I could to win the seat for the SNP. Despite the local result, I now felt more positive given the great result throughout Scotland. I'd also met some great people and got really inspired to remain involved. The SNP is probably the broadest church in UK politics. I'm proud to campaign with people with English accents, resident and welcome to be so in Scotland, representing Scottish council wards for a party representing Scotland. It just goes to show that being pro-Scotland isn't being anti-English, maybe anti-Westminster, but never anti-English. Independence aside, I'd say I'm ideologically fluid. I think all the major isms have their good points and bad points, but I see no reason why a country couldn't pursue the acquisition of wealth like ruthless capitalists. Take all that money and spend it in public services like socialists, and have nice, tolerant, liberal laws allied to draconian justice for people who break them badly enough. Eventually, I'd like to see an independent Scotland with no single political ideology, free of the isms which I feel limit the scope and potential of nations, following one of the isms to the exclusion of all others. Now, about the vlog, I aim to keep the discussion civilised, so I'm going to say this bit at the end of each post. I believe in independence for Scotland, but not believing in it is also entirely legitimate. While debate, discussion, argument is all positively encouraged, abuse, threats of violence, racism, sexism, or any other negativisms are not. It's my vlog, and I will be the sole arbiter of what is acceptable comment or not. And I'll just as quickly delete, edit, or ultimately block an indie supporter as I'll block a unionist if they can't keep the discourse civil and impersonal. So with that in mind, feel free to comment, question, or even suggest a topic for my next post. Thanks for listening. See you next time.